We are doing the Underhood detail work. We'll kind of see where we're at. All pulleys, power steering, all the block parts, all the Chevy Orange parts are all done. Horns are done. Hood latch. You run into a problem. The valve cover I have sitting on the side just to keep it covered because we had a cracked factory valve cover on it. Owner's seeing about getting that repaired. If that can't happen, he'll probably buy a replacement set for it. That's where we're at. Everything's coming out real nice. We've got all new hoses and belts to put on. Painted the radiator. Cleaned up the clutch fan. All we had to paint was the hub on this. Natural metal finish on that. Fan blade. Semi-gloss. Painted the fuel line back, a natural silver on that. Let's see, here's the inner fenders. Let's go here. There is satin finish. They're ready to go back in. They're painted top and bottom, and on the wheel side also. We get the valve cover back. We'll do the reassembly on everything underneath of here. We get that all done. We'll cover all this up, bag it, and wrap everything, tape it all up. And painting on the cowling and the dash be next. All right, bring it back when we get some of this reassembled. Okay, I had showed once before on this car. We replaced the dash because there was some rust up in the center of that dash, and of course when it rusted and it leaked water up there, it ran down. I had told before, and it ran down the cowling here, and it comes to the low point, which is right here. We had some rust holes in this area. So we took care of that. We cut that out, and I made a patch to put in here. You can see how we put that in. Again, I didn't make a video doing it. It's all pretty much straightforward, just a small patch. Cut it out, cut it to shape, weld it in, and tap it into place, and shape it as you're going, as you're welding. So that's already done. Now we've got to clean up these jams. Since we removed the hinges, we'll clean that up and get all these jams ready to paint. That'll be the next step on this. So get all this cowling and everything painted. Dash top and everything, we'll paint all that out at the same time. That way we'll have all this done, and we'll be able to cover all this up and mask this off whenever we do the rest of the car. I don't have the inner fenders on yet. I said we had a valve cover problem. We had a broken valve cover, had a crack in one of the mounting hole bosses. Owner's having that fixed now. I'm hoping to have it yet this week. We got the new heater box put in, the new heater motor. The firewall's all painted. We saved all the lettering. Factory stamps. I had mentioned before, I paint all the steel lines, like these fuel lines here. They're painted. They're supposed to be bare steel, but of course they'll rust. Same way with the vacuum diaphragm on a distributor, the vacuum advance. That's painted to look like a bare product, bare steel product. The fuel line down here is painted. Again, it was bare steel from the factory. All that stuff will rust. The copper ground lines, they tarnish, of course. So they're also painted. They're clean and they're painted with a copper metallic paint. So they shouldn't show any type of tarnish anymore after this. So everything else is done. Fan, shroud. The shroud cleaned up very nice on this car. That's the original shroud. We got all the brackets put in down here to hold the shroud in place. They were missing. and to modify those, of course, a little to make those work. You can see we're putting GM hoses and everything on. The horns are all painted now. Everything's coming together really nice. Original style tower clamps. And all GM hoses, belts are GM belts. See the numbers on them. We'll keep going on this and get this finished up. Hopefully yet this week. We'll see how everything goes. That's where we're at with it. Try to get the valve cover put in. I have to wait on assembling the rest of this, the hoses, the pollution hoses, and the heater hoses, because the valve cover has to go in first. A lot easier with alternator and everything off and out of the way. So that's kind of what we're waiting on. Alright, we're back on the Camaro here today. We've got the front end detail completed. Inner fenders are put back on. They're not tightened up yet. We'll adjust them when we reattach the outer fenders. Everything come out real nice on this. Everything's back pretty much spec the way it should be. Match the gloss tones and everything by what my spec sheet said that all the colors should be. Proper hose clamps. Tower style hose clamps on all this stuff. Proper GM numbered hosing. GM belts. Give everyone an idea how this come out, what it looks like. How you can do this in the car. The repaired valve cover. Shop did a nice job on that. For this firewall, it was real cracked and checked. That come out very nice. The paint was cracked and checked. All the plastic components cleaned up very nice. Heater box and blower motor all installed. Something I can point out here is that this bottom air pump, that's original aluminum finish. That part cleaned up real nice. Sometimes the pores in the aluminum get oil or grease saturated in them, and it's hard to get it out without bead blasting. I don't like to bead blast. I think it changes the appearance of the natural aluminum finish, so I'll usually paint them as I did with the alternator. This alternator was stained pretty badly, and you really couldn't get it cleaned up. We tried on that. So I painted the alternator. It's a natural finish. You can see how closely that matches the aluminum finish below on the air pump, which was not painted. Pretty much same tone, hard to tell the difference. And the alternator won't weather back, so just some of the ways to accomplish your goal when doing the detailing of these parts. So I'm very happy with how it come out. Next step, of course, is to finish the top of the firewall here, the cowl. We'll prime all this. Just finished prepped and primed. Give it a scuff sand. We'll get some color on this stuff. I want to go ahead and have the lips on the front fenders prepped at the same time. We'll cut all these edges, paint all these edges in at the same time. Probably try to get the inside of the trunk lid ready to go and the jambs under doors. So when we start painting a little of the green base coat and clear coat, we'll hit all that stuff at one time. Kind of brings us up to date where we're at right now. We'll make some more videos as we come along.
Help me, baby, help me take my blues